July 20th, 1969. The world held its breath as Neil Armstrong descended from the lunar module onto the moon's surface. His words, "One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," echoed across televisions worldwide. It was a defining moment, a testament to human ambition, perseverance, and scientific progress. But over 5 decades later, some still ask, did it actually happen? Was Apollo 11 a genuine triumph of human ingenuity or the greatest hoax of the 20th century? Today we explore the truth behind the moon landing, its historical context, near disasters, and the conspiracy theories that refuse to fade. The journey to the moon did not begin in 1969. It was the culmination of years of effort, innovation, and international rivalry. The seeds of this incredible achievement were sown decades earlier, when humanity first turned its gaze skyward and dared to dream of venturing beyond Earth. The Apollo 11 mission wasn't just about science, it was about politics. In the late 1950s, a fierce rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union ignited what we now call the space race. The Soviets shocked the world in 1957 with Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, a beeping metal sphere that heralded the dawn of the space age. 4 years later, they sent Yuri Gagarin into space, the first human to orbit Earth. His journey lasted just 108 minutes, but it was enough to put the United States on edge. America was lagging behind, and something had to be done. Then came John F. Kennedy's bold promise in 1961 to land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth before the decade was out. This wasn't just a technological challenge, it was a statement of dominance during the Cold War. The stakes were enormous. America needed a victory, not just to prove superiority in space exploration, but to demonstrate its strength on the world stage. Billions of dollars were poured into NASA, research facilities expanded, and some of the brightest minds of the era worked tirelessly toward the goal. Developing the technology for Apollo 11 was no small feat. Scientists and engineers had to design spacecraft capable of withstanding the harsh environment of space, create life support systems for extended lunar stays, and develop a guidance system precise enough to navigate across 400,000 kilometers of space. The Saturn V rocket, standing taller than the Statue of Liberty, was engineered to carry Apollo 11 beyond Earth's gravity, a feat never before attempted on such a scale. On July 16, 1969, Apollo 11 launched with 3 astronauts aboard, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins. Their spacecraft was powered by the Saturn V rocket, a 363-foot-tall engineering marvel capable of generating 7.6 million pounds of thrust. After a 4-day journey covering nearly 400,000 kilometers, they reached lunar orbit. The world watched in anticipation as Armstrong and Aldrin prepared for descent, but what happened next was anything but smooth sailing. As Armstrong and Aldrin prepared to land the lunar module Eagle, alarms blared, 1,201 and 1,202 errors. The onboard computer, a device far less powerful than today's smartphones, was overloaded but designed to prioritize critical tasks. Mission Control gave them the green light to proceed. The landing was tense, every second mattered. Armstrong noticed their designated landing site was strewn with boulders. With only seconds of fuel left, he manually guided Eagle to a safe spot, a maneuver requiring immense skill and precision. At precisely 8:17 p.m. UTC, he radioed back, "Tranquility Base here! The Eagle has landed!" Humanity had reached another world, but not everyone believed it. Conspiracy theories emerged almost immediately after Apollo 11's success. Skeptics point to footage of the American flag seemingly fluttering on an airless moon. In reality, the flag had a horizontal rod to keep it extended, and vibrations from its placement caused it to move. There was no wind, just the simple physics of motion. Critics argue that stars should be visible in lunar photographs. However, cameras were set for bright lunar conditions, making stars too dim to capture. Professional photographers understand this phenomenon. When capturing a brightly lit subject, faint background details disappear. Uneven shadows are attributed to multiple light sources. Proof of a studio setup? No, they result from uneven terrain and sunlight scattering. Shadows can appear inconsistent due to the moon's surface features and the way light interacts with them. Finally, skeptics claim that NASA lacked technology to reach the moon. but somehow had advanced special effects capabilities for faking it. This argument falls apart under scrutiny. The sheer complexity of fabricating such a hoax, keeping thousands of scientists and engineers silent and maintaining the illusion for decades, would be far more challenging than actually landing on the moon. While Apollo 11 was driven by Cold War politics, its scientific contributions were undeniable. Armstrong and Aldrin collected over 21 kilograms of lunar rock and soil samples, which have been analyzed for decades, revealing insights into the moon's composition and history. They installed instruments like a seismometer to detect moonquakes and retroreflectors used for laser measurements between Earth and Moon, experiments that continue to yield data today. Even now, scientists fire lasers at these retroreflectors to measure the exact distance between our planet and its celestial neighbor. The Apollo program cost $25 billion, over $150 billion today, when adjusted for inflation. Critics questioned this expense during an era marked by poverty and the Vietnam War. Was it worth it? Consider this. Apollo's legacy extends far beyond flags and footprints. Technologies like microchips, satellite communication systems, and even cordless tools owe their development to NASA's efforts. The push for space travel led to innovations that transformed everyday life, from medical imaging devices to improved water purification systems. Today, NASA is once again setting its sights on the moon with the Artemis program, a stepping stone for future Mars exploration. This new era of lunar exploration aims to establish a sustainable human presence on the moon, paving the way for deeper space missions. Apollo 11 wasn't just a moment in history, it was a foundation for humanity's journey into space. 56 years ago, 3 astronauts risked everything for an audacious dream, to prove what humanity could achieve when united by curiosity and determination. They embarked on a voyage that was both perilous and inspiring, etching their names into history. Despite challenges and controversies, Apollo 11 remains one of our greatest achievements, a testament not just to science, but to the indomitable human spirit. The legacy of Apollo 11 is not just one of exploration. It is a beacon for future generations, a reminder that the impossible is only a challenge yet to be conquered. As we stand on the brink of a new space age, the footsteps left behind on the moon serve as an invitation to go further, to dream bigger, and to continue pushing the boundaries of human potential. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history and science, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that inspire wonder.